This is, I think, one of the easiest RCs that we had in CAT 22. The passage itself is easy to understand, and the genre is also something which majority of people will be comfortable with. To some way account for that, I think they have made the questions a little bit trickier. Some of them do have an added layer of complexity, and the options are also a little bit tricky, where you might be stuck between two or more options. So when we solve the questions towards the end, I will actually explain the question types, and I will use some of the elimination techniques that you would have read through. Now we have the question types as well as the elimination techniques in the lesson, so make sure that you've gone through that. And in case if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll still be explaining the question a little bit and the elimination techniques as well, but these are only some of the techniques. And if you want to go in depth into it, if you want to understand the focused reading method, which has been very useful for our students, or some of the other techniques that we have on the verbal front, or all of the quant concepts, the DILR cases, and a lot more that we have at MockCat, then you can sign up at mockcat.com and prep with 99.9 plus percentilers. Now, before we start with the passage, there are a couple of questions which are what I call meaning questions, not vocabulary questions, but where you have something which is from the passage and you got to understand the meaning of the passage till then and that paragraph in order to solve it. So I've just kept this open. We'll look out for this. There's one more meaning question as well. And what I'm doing is I'm just remembering apparent veil, so that in case if this sentence comes before the one in the first question, then I will read that and then I'll come on to this question. And now let's start with the RC itself. Nature has all along yielded her flesh to humans. First, we took nature's materials as food, fibers, and shelter. Then we learned to extract raw materials from her biosphere to create our own new synthetic materials. Now bios is yielding us her mind. We are taking her logic. So initially what we do, food, shelter, fibers, so things like cotton and all, we took from nature. Then we were able to extract raw materials and create our own materials. So, for example, something like fossil fuels comes to mind, right? We take that crude oil and then we convert it to, say, petrol. And now we are also taking her logic. So let's read and understand more. Clockwork logic will only build simple contraptions. What is clockwork logic? The logic of the machines. Just reminding you of something which is there in the focus read module. If you have something in between two dashes or within brackets, I would recommend reading the entire sentence without it first, so that the flow is there, and then you can come back to this part. Typically, this will be an example or a definition of what is given right before. As you can see here, right, clockwork logic is nothing but the logic of the machines. Okay, so now coming back to this, now we are taking nature's logic. Why? Because clockwork logic will only build simple contraptions. Truly complex systems such as a cell, a meadow, an economy, or a brain require a rigorous non-technological logic. We now see that no logic except biologic can assemble a thinking device or even a workable system of any magnitude. So what have we learned so far? Nature or bios, right? So that logic, so natural logic, is what we can use to come up with complex machines. So these can be complex machines or complex ecosystems. So if you see, for example, there's an economy that's given as an example, and so on. So we know that bios logic or biologic is what can assemble a thinking device or any complex device. It's an astounding discovery that one can extract the logic out of bios, the logic of bios out of biology, and have something useful. Although many philosophers in the past have suspected one could abstract the laws of nature and the laws of life and apply them elsewhere, it wasn't until the complexity of computers and human-made systems became as complex as living things. So it's only when computers and other human-made devices became as complex as living things, only then did we realize that yes, you could abstract or you could take the laws of life and apply them elsewhere. So what does that mean? You could take the laws of nature, physics, the laws of biology, and actually apply it into machines and build complex machines. So this is something for which the author is saying that a computer is an example. So I'll just put PC, personal computer, for short. It's eerie how much of life can be transferred. So a lot of the logic, evidently, we can actually take. So far, some of the traits of the living that have successfully been transported to mechanical systems are self-replication, self-governance, limited self-repair, mild evolution, and partial learning. I'm not going to note these down. These are all there in one place. So in case if we have something for which we need to know what all has already been done, what all nature or bios logic has already been taken, I will come back to this part. So we've taken the logic out of bios, out of nature, and used that to develop complex machines. That's the only thing that can be used. That's the only logic that can be used. And we've already taken a lot of it. We have reason to believe yet more could be synthesized and made into something new. So even more could actually be got out of bios. Yet, important word, at the same time that the logic of bios is being imported into machines, the logic of technos is being imported into life. Now imagine instead of yet, if we had but, right, which is also a contrasting sentence, what would you have? You'd say something like, at the same time the logic of technos is being important to life, or you might put it here. So this second part is still what is important. You'll recall that I always say when we have a but, it's the part following the but that we will focus on. A lot of the times that's where the author's view is. Here just think of yet as if it would be here and you get the same thing. The logic of technos is being imported into life. So we had the logic of bios which is going into machines. Now we are being told that the logic of technos is coming back to life. So it's almost like full circle. Let's understand how this is happening. The root of bioengineering is the desire to control the organic long enough to improve it. Now here organic I think is something similar to living. I don't think it's related to things like, organic fruits and organic vegetables. Probably what the author means is life or anything which is natural. So what is bioengineering trying to do? It is trying to improve things which are living. Domesticated plants and animals are examples of technos logic applied to life. The wild aromatic root of the quinane's laceweed has been fine-tuned over generations by selective herb gatherers until it has evolved into a sweet carrot of the garden. The udders of wild bovines have been selectively enlarged in an unnatural way to satisfy humans rather than calves. So, long sentence, let's unpack it. We have a couple of examples here. So, domesticated plants and animals are examples of technos logic being fine-tuned into life. So, in some form, we are actually improving other living beings. So, what has been done? There is this some weed, right? And over generations and generations, somehow we have managed to turn it into a sweet carrot. Same way, wild bovines or wild cows, they were very different. Now their udders, right, the part that gives milk, that has been enlarged in such a way that we can get more and more milk out of them. So from a human perspective, these are improvements, right? Why? Because if we have more, a bigger carrot, then obviously we can eat more. If we have more milk, again, we can drink more. Milk cows and carrots, therefore, are human inventions as much as steam engines and gunpowder are. So these are also things which we humans have done. We've not the cow was always there, but now the sort of cow that we have, or the amount of milk that we get is something which humans have caused. But again, important, milk cows and carrots are more indicative of the kind of inventions humans will make in the future. Products that are grown rather than manufactured, right? So we had this natural or bios logic which is going into machines. Now we have the reverse. We have tech logic which is going into natural things. How is it? We are basically improving it, right? So these are improvements or changes. So one example that's given is bioengineering, where we've had plants where now they have more food, and similarly we have animals like the cow that we've sort of almost engineered to give more milk so that we humans are satisfied along with the calf. Genetic engineering is precisely what cattle breeders do when they select better strains of Holsteins. Only bioengineers employ more precise and powerful control. While carrot and milk cow breeders had to rely on diffuse organic evolution, modern genetic engineers can use directed artificial evolution that greatly accelerates improvements. What is artificial evolution? Purposeful design, trying to sort of improve the genetics or change the genetics of other living beings. Now, genetic engineering is what cattle breeders are doing when they select better strains of Holsteins. Since we know that, this is speaking about cows, I can infer that Holstein is probably one type or one breed of cow. And what do we mean by better strains? Most likely, given the previous paragraph, we mean, cows which are giving more milk. So cattle breeders, as they are trying to get, the cows which are giving more and more milk so that over time we get even more milk, right? The milk supply keeps growing. They are also doing genetic engineering, but bioengineers can actually do it in a better, in a more targeted way, right? So this is like they're trying to do genetic engineering, but they are just trying to select the cows. Now we can actually target the genes themselves. The overlap of the mechanical and the lifelike increases year by year. So the mechanical and the lifelike, They are overlapping, and that overlap is increasing year by year. So it's not just that natural logic is going into machines and tech logic is coming into BIOS. Now there is a lot of overlap between BIOS and technos, right? So BIOS characteristics, natural characteristics or logic are going into technos or technical things and vice versa. Part of this bionic convergence is a matter of words. So this is of course important. So let's pay attention. This bionic convergence, so it's basically converging, right? These are coming together. But some of it is just syntax, it's just the words that we use. The meanings of mechanical and life are both stretching until all complicated things can be perceived as machines and all self-sustaining machines can be perceived as alive. So effectively what is happening? Anything which is complex, it's going to be a machine and it's going to be living. So which means that there's going to be a lot of characteristics of the living in machines. We'll think of AI, for example, right? If it's alive, if it's thinking, if it's sentient, then it has a lot of characteristics of life. And similarly, a lot of living things which are complex, they are going to be engineered with technology. We already have a couple of examples, like, taking like a weed, like a root, and making it into a carrot, or taking a cow which was producing some milk for its calf to now being able to produce a lot of milk which humans can also have. So there's a lot of natural stuff in technical things and there's a lot of tech stuff in natural things, to the point that ultimately it will become one and the same thing. Yet, beyond semantics, two concrete trends are happening. Human-made things are behaving more lifelike and life is becoming more engineered. This is again essentially the same thing, right? Human-made things, which is technos, are behaving more lifelike, which is same as this. And life is becoming more engineered, which means that BIOS is becoming more engineered. So I think overall, this is what we are saying, that BIOS and technos are converging to the point that anything that's complex is going to be alive and is going to be a machine at the same time. Now we do have one more sentence, but that sentence is actually about the third question. So let's try to solve this question right away. The author claims that part of this bionic convergence is a matter of words. Which one of the following statements best expresses the point being made by the author? So we need to look for something which is the meaning of this, right? Now the meaning not literally of this, but what we've learned out here, which is that BIOS and technos are almost converging till everything that's complex is going to, have lifelike characteristics, and it is also going to be a machine or going to have both characteristics. So let's look at the options and try to find the right answer. Mechanical and life were earlier seen as opposite in meaning, but the difference between the two is increasingly blurred. So the second part is definitely correct. Let's see if there's something better. Otherwise, we'll come back. Mechanical and life are words from different logical systems and are therefore fundamentally incompatible in meaning. This is wrong. We are told that they are converging. So we can actually eliminate this option right away. A bionic convergence indicates a meeting ground of genetic engineering and artificial intelligence. That's not what it is. So bionic convergence is BIOS and technos, that's sort of like, converging, that's coming together. Another way in which you can understand it's wrong is, see here you have artificial intelligence, but before we actually had artificial evolution, right? So artificial intelligence has not really been mentioned anywhere. What could artificial evolution be? You have natural evolution, right? We humans have evolved in certain ways. Every plant, every animal has evolved to have certain characteristics because that helps them survive better. Now humans will make these evolve. So you had some weed which is over time evolved into a fat juicy carrot, right? So something like that. So this also we can eliminate. If this was something like indicates the meeting ground of nature and technology, that would be perfect. BIOS and technos are both convergent forms of logic, but they generate meanings about the world that are mutually exclusive. Again, the second part becomes wrong. Yes, they are convergent. That part is absolutely right. But they don't have these mutually exclusive meanings. So if you see, none of the other options are making sense, and here you can actually quickly go for the first option. You just need to infer this first part, which is something which is logical, right? We always think of something that's natural and something that's artificial, which doesn't have life, as pretty opposite in characteristic. But that's not so now. So this becomes the right answer here. Now, just to make sure that we weren't confused, because there was another question about this, so maybe the meaning is different, maybe it's a conclusion. So I didn't read that sentence. Let's read it now. But what have we learned so far? BIOS and technos are converging more and more. Ultimately, anything that's complex, it's going to be living and it's going to have machine characteristics, or it's going to be engineered as well. The apparent veil between the organic and the manufactured has crumbled to reveal that the two are and always have been of one being. Now, if we have read this, it would have been even easier to eliminate some of the options in the previous question. But what has happened? It was an apparent veil, right? So it seemed like there is a veil in between these. It's not an actual whale, it's an apparent or an assumed whale. Now this whale itself has crumpled, right? So if a whale crumples, it probably ends up falling, so it's not there. And these are one and the same thing. So bios and technos are one and the same thing now. And they actually always have been. So now our question here is, the author claims that the apparent veil between the organic and manufactured has crumbled to reveal that the two really are and have always been of one being. Which one of the following statements best expresses the point being made by the author here? Very similar, we just need to go for the meaning. So the meaning would be something like, now now it's very clear that bios and technos are both the same. Earlier there seemed to be a difference, but now that difference also is gone. Apparent reality and organic reality are distinguished by the fact that the former is manufactured. So here if you see, we are using elimination techniques. Here they just have words from the passage, right? So organic reality probably means bios, but apparent reality in no way means technos. It was the apparent veil, right? So it seemed like there was a difference between bios and technos, but that's not there anymore. So this part is wrong. So on that basis itself, we can eliminate it. Of course, you can also eliminate it from a more straightforward way that, hey, they aren't distinguished or they aren't different. They're actually the same. So we can eliminate. Organic reality has crumpled under the veil of manufacturing, rendering the apparent and the real as the same being. Again, right, it's just a hodgepodge being made. So they're taking some of the words from the passage, but they've just mixed it all up, right? So it wasn't the veil of manufacturing, it was the apparent veil. Organic reality, again, probably referring to bios, but there's nothing like, now organic reality is being manufactured and apparent and real are the same thing. Seems to just like, something which is concrete and something which is abstract, or something which is real and something which just seems real are the same thing. So what we have to look out for is bios and technos are the same thing, or some variant of those words. The crumpling of the organic veil. Now at this point I'm already doubtful because of organic veil, but let's read on. The crumpling of the organic veil between apparent and manufactured reality reveals them to have the same being. If this was something like the crumpling of the veil between some variant of bios and technos, right? If it was something like, the organic and the manufactured, then this would have been perfect. But it is not between the apparent and manufactured reality. It is something like organic reality and manufactured reality, right? That would be bios, and the second would be technos. So I can eliminate this also, and of course that leaves us with the last option. Scientific advances are making it increasingly difficult to distinguish between organic reality and manufactured reality. So the exact words which are very similar to what was given here, but just one word making it wrong. So we'll go for this. Organic reality is probably bios, manufactured reality is technos. So now it's becoming more and more difficult to distinguish between them. Why? Because they're becoming even more similar. So this will be the right answer here. Now, this is one of the questions where the question itself, there's a layer of complexity which is added. None of the following statements is implied by the arguments of the passage except. So now I have to see, okay, none are implied, so one is not implied. So you can just simplify it. When you have an except here and a none here, just take it off. What it means is, which one of the following statements is implied by the arguments of the passage. So whenever you have, just think, right, in quant terms, it's nothing but like a double negative. So you have none and you have except. Now, what would I do typically? If we had something like all of the following statements are implied by the arguments of the passage except, then we are saying that 3 out of the 4 options are implied by the passage. We eliminate it. Whichever option is not implied by the passage, that becomes the right answer. So here, instead of all, when you have none, you just reverse it, right? So one of the following statements is implied by the argument of the passage. Again, you have all of these in the different question types module. We are seeing a rise of inferential questions, and we are seeing a rise of some of these more complicated questions. So just make sure you understand, so that you're not wasting time in CAT, and you're also not thinking, oh, this is complicated, let me avoid it, and not trying out a question even though you've read an RC, right? So let's find which option is actually implied by the passage. The biological realm is as complex as the mechanical one. Oh, this is wrong. We know that the biological realm is more complex than the mechanical one. So this is already wrong, which is why the logic of BIOS is being important to machines. The second part is illogical. If both are complex, why would you, take logic from one to the other? You take the logic of one to the other because one is more complex. So this is again what I call our 80-20 elimination rule, right? There's one small thing which is wrong, but because of that, the entire option ends up becoming wrong. Historically, philosophers have known that the laws of life can be abstracted and applied elsewhere. So whenever we have something like this, I'll go and look for philosophers. I remember vaguely that there was something mentioned, and that's there here. Although many philosophers in the past have suspected one could abstract the laws of life and apply them elsewhere, it wasn't until the complexity of computers and human-made systems became as complicated as living things that it was possible to prove this. So only now, only with computers could what philosophers suspected be proved. So philosophers in the past, many of them suspected that we could take the laws of life and apply them elsewhere. So if you see, there's a small change here. Here we have known, there we had suspected. There is enough difference, right? It's not, these are not synonyms by any means, and we can't even say that they have known, right? Because it's only now that it is something which could be proven. So I'm going to hold this option. Most likely this is going to be wrong, but if the other two are wrong, then we'll come back to it. Genetic engineers and bioengineers are the same insofar as they both seek to force evolution in an artificial way. So insofar means in this characteristic they are the same. They're not completely the same, but they are same with respect to this one thing, that they're both trying to sort of force evolution in an artificial way. And this is something we can infer, right? Because we've been told that genetic engineering is what they do when they select better strains of Holsteins, as in when they're trying to come up with better breeds of cows, in the sense that cows that give more milk, right? So better from the human perspective. So they are also like, genetic engineering and bioengineers, all of them are trying to force evolution in a certain way. So it is artificial evolution, as we discussed when we were discussing this part of the paragraph. It's not very specifically mentioned, but this is something which we can understand, right? If someone's trying to change the genes of a cow versus if someone's trying to breed for a cow which gives better milk and over generations and generations has succeeded, then both of them are forcing evolution in an artificial way. It's not naturally happening that cows have evolved like this. Humans have made cows evolve like this. So the artificial here is basically humans. So this is something which definitely seems to be the right answer. So now we can be confident that okay, this is wrong because of this known, and most likely this is the right answer. But let's quickly read option 4 as well. Purposeful design represents the pinnacle of scientific expertise in the service of human betterment and civilizational progress. Pinnacle is like, now we've reached like the height, right? We've reached the apex. So purposeful design, it's the maximum that we can do in service of human betterment and civilizational progress. Now, without sort of contemplating this thing, I do remember that there was something saying there's still more, right? And yeah, that's given here. We have reason to believe yet more can be synthesized and made into something new. So when yet more can be done, then we aren't at the pinnacle, we aren't at the top or the apex just yet, right? So this part is wrong, and again using the 80-20 rule. But more important thing here is when you have something like this, it's easy to think that this is right because we've been told so much, we've been told that they're converging and all of that. It's easy to forget this one line. So just make sure when you have a direct multiple type of question, even if it seems inferential, just make sure that you go back and double check. And this is something which is easy to do, right? If you just read the first sentence of each paragraph, a lot of the times you will know which paragraphs you need to read. Here, of course, we get lucky and it's right there in the beginning itself. But let's say it was somewhere here, right? By reading this particular sentence, it would probably guide you as to whether you need to look in this paragraph or you need to look at something else. So on that note, we can eliminate these and 3 becomes the right answer here. We'll use a lot of elimination to answer this question as well. Which one of the following sets of words or phrases best serves as keywords to the passage? So keywords means what is the passage primarily about? Which of these options is covering that? So let's look at each option. Complex systems, okay. Biologic, bioengineering, technologic, convergence, okay. Complex systems have biologic, bioengineering uses technologic, and there's convergence. So far it's sort of like going exactly in the sequence as the passage confirmed. It has the key points, right? So complex systems are using biologic, and bioengineering is basically being used to push technologic into living beings. I would have preferred some form of like living beings or something here, but this is good enough. And convergence also there. Looking at the other one, nature, bios, technos, self-repair, Holsteins. This is not giving me that complete picture, that complete information as we have here, right? Here it's much easier to sort of connect these. You have nature, which is bios. Then you suddenly have technos. You don't have some example of technos, so that this would sort of be symmetric. Self-repair is actually one of the characteristics, I think, that we've taken from bios logic. And Holsteins is just an example. So having an example here doesn't make sense. So we'll eliminate this. Complex systems, carrots, milk cows. Now, carrots, milk cows are actually, they're not exactly examples of complex systems, right? Complex systems were given more for like, machines where BIOS logic is being imported. But even if I say it's okay, why would I have the examples, right? I would have something like this instead. So that'd be much better. Carrots, milk cows, just stating it doesn't seem to make sense. Convergence, yes, okay. So maybe this complex systems and these, so there's convergence. But instead of these, we would have much preferred something like, technology, something like this, right? Something like what is mentioned here. And then why would we have convergence first and technos logic after that? It's not that carrots and milk cows are converging, right? It's basically the bios and technos. So we can eliminate this as well. Nature, okay, computers, okay, so nature's being important to computers, maybe carrots, milk cows, genetic engineering. So this is fine because the logic of nature's being important to computers and genetic engineering is what is done with carrots and milk cows. I would have preferred genetic engineering to come ahead, but more importantly, if you see, these are just examples, and here this explains it much better, right? Complex systems use biologic, bioengineering uses technos logic, and now there's a convergence. So, like, it's almost like the key message, or the what the author is trying to tell us is explained in very short. So that's definitely preferable to four. And if you see in all of the three options, right, 2, 3, and 4, you have examples. So that's one of our elimination techniques, of course. If we have an option which has the name of a concept or an example versus another option which is explaining the concept itself, it's giving us that information even without the name of the concept or without the example, typically that will be the right answer as long as that is making sense. So make sure to remember it. A lot of the times we tend to go for an option especially which has the name of a concept, and that's usually a mistake. But for now, we are going with the first option. So that's it for this RC, and stay tuned. Tomorrow I'm going to be solving CAT 2021 RC. So some interesting RCs coming your way.